Hi guys, I want to talk about Skyrim Special Edition and the upcoming playthrough of that game, specifically when it's going to happen, because I imagine now that the Jack playthrough has ended, people are hoping the Skyrim one will appear pretty much a day or so later. That is not actually going to happen. It's probably going to be a couple of weeks, and I want to explain why before people scream at me. There are actually two reasons. The first reason is the Jack playthrough ended earlier than I'd planned. Not because of the problems I had, not because of the issues I mentioned in that video, because of course I did fix those, but mostly because I completely misjudged how long it would take to get all of the quests on the strip done. I've been doing the vanilla quests, the main quest basically, and I kind of imagined in my head that would take 20 to 25 episodes. But those quests are not as big as I remember, and at episode 12 I pretty much finished them all, and the next step ends the game. And obviously I don't want to end the game, I do want there to be a chapter 9, so chapter 8 has come to an end. I couldn't really just in the middle of a chapter suddenly install a quest mod and run off and do that. That just wouldn't have been right. This was a natural point to put the chapter break, but it did catch me a little by surprise, so I wasn't quite ready. But to be honest, the second reason is probably more important. I'm currently doing some tutorials for a tool, and I'm actually using Skyrim Special Edition as the game of choice to make that video. And I don't want to add a lot of mods right now and start a playthrough because it will interfere with those videos, and in fact it could actually be a little, I wouldn't say dangerous, but awkward, because I would have to keep deleting my load order and putting it back for the sake of these videos. I'm hoping to get the early stages of those videos finalized. Those are the stages where I could really do with Skyrim Special Edition being fairly vanilla. I'm hoping to get that done in the next couple of weeks. So for me, it generally is going to work a lot better if I start the Skyrim Special Edition playthrough probably in about 2 weeks. Now, of course, I still have plenty of videos being released in that period. There will still be 3 episodes of Dishonored 2 each week, and there will be at least 2 episodes of The Forest with Che. In fact, this week there's going to be 4. And over on my other channel, of course, there will be the XCOM playthrough, but that's from my live streams, and there's an awful lot of chatting and talking in there and not an awful lot of playing, so that's probably not for everybody. The thing is, the tutorials I'm making are not going to require all of my time in the next 2 weeks. I'll be waiting for certain bug fixes, new features, and I'll be recording in stages. And if I'm not playing Skyrim, and I can tell you I've actually finished Dishonored 2 now, I have all the footage archived and I'm going to start working on the editing, I will have a little time to do some recording of something else. And I've wanted to do this for quite a long time. And I'm thinking of a game such as What Remains of Edith Finch. Something like that. Do a quick, short, focused let's play and try and slip that in whilst we're waiting for Skyrim. I haven't decided completely yet, but that looks like a good candidate. However, this is a little off topic, so let's get back to talking about Skyrim Special Edition. I'm sure some of you are curious as to what sort of character I'm planning on playing. I've actually been giving this some thought for a long time, as far back as the announcement for Skyrim Special Edition actually. I have decided upon a character, upon a personality, but I am going to keep a lot of the details to myself this time. You'll probably understand as the playthrough progresses. However, I do want to reveal a few things because I'm probably going to want some mod suggestions. So I am going to tell you this character is going to be, shall we say, somewhat stealthy in nature. The thing is, of course, I've done 2 other playthroughs, one as a mage, a very unusual mage, and one as a warrior, again an unusual warrior. So it seems like a good idea for me to play, you know, a different side of the game, a different faction, a different series of quests. So Obviously the Thieves Guild seems to be the obvious choice. It's something I have not remotely touched in any of my playthroughs, and it definitely suits the sort of character I'm thinking about. So think Thief and you're probably in the right ballpark. Beyond that, I'm afraid you're just going to have to wait and see. And that is about it. Feel free to leave some suggestions down below if you think there is a mod that would really work well for that sort of character. I know you don't have many details, but you know, there you go. And I will try to check them all out. So, thank you for listening, and I will see you guys soon.